Well, I'm very thrilled that the Kiwanis recognize the benefit and the value that police officers provide and are willing to recognize them on an individual basis. They've been doing it for a long time, 20 years or so.
This is something we started in 1989, so this is our 27th year to do this. We have our recipient here, Robert Norton. We have the Chief of Police, and one of his guests. I'm going to let him introduce him. Here's the order we're going to do stuff. We're going to have the Chief of Police come up, Chief O'Rourke, and he's going to tell us about their selection process that the department uses to select the Police Officer of the Year Award. And he's going to tell us a little bit about Robert. And then we're going to have Robert come up and let us hear from him about himself, his family, and then his job, the things that he does. And then at the very end, we're going to have questions and answers. So this is your chance to be thinking of things you'd like to ask any of our 3 police officers about anything to do with police work. So with that, I'm going to have Chief O'Rourke come up here.
First of all, I want to thank the Kiwanis for this recognition for the police department. And I want to thank you for what you do for the community, because that's what who we both work for, is the Enid community, which is a fantastic town and a fantastic community to work for. What we're doing here today is each year you honor the Policeman of the Year. And like Judge Perry said, the selection process, what we go through is each quarter we have an Officer of the Quarter selected. They're nominated by their peers and their supervisors based on what they've done, their attention to detail, their attention to their duty, and what they do for the community. And each quarter, we recognize internally an Officer of the Quarter. And after the year, of course, we pick one of the 4, and it's decided by administrative staff, myself and the 5 captains. And most every time it's unanimous, and this year, again, it was. Officer Norton was selected, and Officer Norton was selected based on the fact that his day-to-day attention to detail and dedication to his duty is outstanding. He is every day working hard, that he's working hard for the community. He goes the extra mile. He goes the extra steps to make sure that basically our customers are satisfied. And he does a fantastic job. He's been with us since August of 2013 when he was hired. He's been with us a fairly short time, and he's distanced himself from a lot of, or risen to the top from a lot of officers with his duties and what he's done, and to be recognized like this in such a short time. He is also a field training officer, which having a few years on is sort of unusual in itself. He's learned his job, he's gone through his own training, he's learned his job, and he's doing it very well, enough to where we have confidence in him to train brand new officers. He's been recognized for a life-saving award, where there was an abused 16-month-old child that was having some serious issues and was in danger of dying. He performed CPR and got that child to the ambulance and got him to the hospital. So he's recognized for saving a young child's life. And that's the kind of service that Officer Norton brings to the table every day. So with that said, I'd like to have him come up and say a few words. I'm not sure he knew that was coming.
I want to thank Chief O'Rourke for the kind words, and also for all of you for coming here today. You know, when I moved here from Florida a few years ago, and I applied here at Enid, I didn't know what kind of community I was coming into. There were obviously a lot of towns here in Oklahoma that I could have applied at, but I applied here at Enid and didn't know what I was getting myself into. Well, you folks being part of the community have shown me that I made a good decision in applying here and working here. This award this year is not an individual award, though. There's it's not about one officer and what he did on one shift one afternoon in February of last year. It's not about A shift or B shift or C shift or any of our shifts. It's about all of us at the police department working with all of you in the community to make this city a better place to live and a place that everybody wants to come to and raise a family. I have a wife and daughter that I live with here, and I want them to be safe, and just like all of you would want your families to be safe. And we can't do that without help from the community in general. In addition to my colleagues that I work with on a daily basis, I want to also recognize this year the civilian employees that we have at the police department for all their outstanding work that they do. We can't do it without them as well. In addition to them, I also want to recognize the support services that we have in our community, the doctors, the counselors, the people that we work with on a daily basis to help the people that we do, to serve the community the way that we do. We couldn't do that without all of them. Our lawyers, our DA's office, they all do an outstanding job here for the city, and we can't do it with all of them. But again, I want to thank you all for coming here today, and again, we look forward to doing great things for you guys here in 2016.
All right, thank you very much. So I'm going to present Robert with the Police Officer of the Ward plaque.
Well, it's an honor. I mean, considering the officers that have won the award here since I've been here.
We're very lucky to have someone like him and the rest of the folks that are like him working in the police department.
People see us and they hold us to a higher standard, and so it's one of those fields where you have to do right on a daily basis.
Chief of Police, we've got a plaque. These are master plaques that we hang at the police station with every recipient's name on it. This is actually our second plaque. We filled the first one up. So the chief will take this down to the police station and hang it back on the wall.
It's a trip down memory lane for a lot of the officers that were named and are on that plaque in years past. And it shows the blank spots for the years to come. And it helps the officers maybe to aspire to get their name on that plaque.